podcast. And guys, we are back for another UFC breakdown, guys. It's gonna be UFC Fight Night, Seattle. Israel Adesanya taking on Joe Pyfer. The questions are: will Joe Pyfer move into that top five echelon? Look at the fighter that a lot of people do believe he is going to be fighting out of Philadelphia. Well, Dana White said if you guys want to be a star, be like Joe Pyfer. And also, are we going to see Israel Adesanya, the style bender, making his comeback and getting back on the W board? A lot of questions going to be asked for this main event, guys. Overall, for UFC Seattle, we got a great card overall. Before I get into this whole entire breakdown, make sure you guys click that thumbs up, like this video, subscribe. Do not miss out on any of the content I'm coming out for you guys. If you guys want access to my official plays, go become a member at the Patreon page. The Patreon page will be down in the pinned comment of this video and any of my other videos. So go click that link, become a member of the Patreon page. But for UFC, guys, for the brand new year, we are up about 25 to 28 units just for UFC alone. So don't miss out on the plays that we've been putting out. We've been cashing out all over the UFC. So don't miss out on any of the plays. Like I said, 25 plus units for UFC alone, guys. So don't miss out. Start running with us. Sorry, guys. Let's get right into the first fight of the night. First fight of the night, Alexia Thanera taking on Bruna Brazil. Guys, you can get Alexia Thanera at a minus 800 favorite. Bruna Brazil at a plus 545. The over 2.5 is set at a minus 205. Under 2.5 is set at a plus 155. So it seems like a lot of people think this fight's going to the scoreboards. Guys, I don't have much to say about this fight, but I just think Alexis Teixeira is going to dominate her. I don't think Bruno Brazil can do anything with her. I think she's going to probably get outstruck, and then she's going to get taken down over and over again. I don't think she has a takedown defense to stop Teixeira. Teixeira is really good, just very strong with the overall takedowns and her wrestling. She has a jiu-jitsu game to work it out. So I do believe Teixeira wins this fight pretty easily. I would actually like her as a parlay piece. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's minus 800, but I will add her as a parlay piece. The best bet for this fight, his hands down, just adding her as a parlay piece. She's minus 800. You can throw her in a parlay, and I'm very, very confident in her to win this fight. I do believe she wins by decision. So if you guys just want a single bet for this fight, let's go see what her to win in round two to start. Or they don't have all the odds. This is the reason why I like coming on here on Fridays, because I get all the odds. Right now, I don't have all the odds, but they don't even have her to win by decision out. So man, why is it's crazy how they're not dropping these odds on Bovada just yet. But I do like Teixeira to win this fight. I do believe she wins this fight by decision. The over 2.5 and minus 205 is a good spot. It saves you from either side. But I do believe that Alexa Teixeira wins this fight by decision. I'll add her as a parlay piece. And obviously, if I could see it, I would say my best. Oh, right here. Teixeira by points is minus 140, minus 141. So you get Alexia Teixeira by decision at a minus 141. That's a good spot. I like it. And if you guys like round betting, if she's going to finish this fight, it'll probably be in round two. You get Alexa Teixeira to win in round two at a plus 600. So that's a good spot as well. But I like Alexa Teixeira to dominate this fight. She's a minus 800 favorite. I added to a parlay because I'm very confident in her. I think she's going to take this go down really easily and just honestly dominate Bruno Brazil with overall grappling. And I just her cardio is up the pace too. So I do believe she wins this fight. I do believe she wins by decision. So Alexa Teixeira minus 144, minus 141 to win by decision is the best bet for this single fight. But my best bet overall for this fight is at Teixeira's up to a parlay. I do believe she wins this fight pretty easily. If you guys are here for the first time, make sure you guys subscribe to the page. Everybody that's here, subscribe. We're on road to 1,000. Click that subscribe button. We're up 25 to 26 units overall in soccer. Or in soccer. Sorry, guys. Overall, 25 units overall for UFC. So don't miss out on any of my plays. Start cashing out with us. Go become a member of the Patreon to get access to all of my official plays. Subscribe. Everybody subscribe. Next fight, guys. Ricky Simone taking on Adrian Yanez. Ricky Simone is actually from the area. Ricky Simone is from Seattle. I believe he's from Washington. I don't know if he's from Seattle, but he is from Washington. You get Ricky Simone at a minus 145 favorite. You get Adrian Yanez at a plus 125. The over 2.5 is set at a minus 200. Under 2.5 is set at a plus 150, guys. This one, it's going to be my first underdog of the day. I'm hopping on Adrian Yanez. I'm a big Yanez fan. I think this guy has great boxing. He needs to work on his takedown defense a little bit, but besides that, I do believe he's an all-around great fighter. He has a cardio to go all 3 rounds. If he stops the takedowns from Ricky Simone, he will outbox him, but that's the big question. Will he be able to stop the takedowns from Ricky Simone? I do believe he will be able to. Adrian Yanez, like, I think that if this fight literally comes down to takedown or no takedown or the striking, because Adrian Yanez is a way better overall striker. So the way I see this fight going is I think Ricky Simone comes out here and I think he loses round one to Adrian Yanez. I think Ricky Simone wins second round. But after the second round, guys, Ricky Simone tends to get tired. Ricky Simone usually always gasses out. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, Yanez will win that third round. He will win the third round. So if you can get Yanez to win round one or round two, we cashed this one already. And he has a knockout on the board. He has a power to catch Ricky Simone and put him out. If he stops his takedowns from Simone, I could see a knockout coming from the Yanez side. I like Yanez to win this fight. Honestly, I do believe he wins it by decision. I don't think he knocks out Ricky Simone. I think he wins round one, probably loses the round two, and then by then Ricky Simone will be tired. And I think Yanez comes out forward. He wins the third round, wins it 29-28 across all scoreboards. So I'm taking Yanez as my first underdog of the whole entire day. I like Yanez in this spot. I think he does it by decision. If you go and look at the odds right now for this fight, like I said, over 2.5 is at a minus 200. You get Yanez by decision is a plus 320. Yanez by what's up? What's up? Appreciate you. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Appreciate you being here. Ricky Yanez by points is a plus 320. The fight to I wish all the odds were out. If you guys are here, subscribe. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. We're up 25 units across UFC for the whole entire year. We've only got one main event wrong the whole entire year, and that was Max Holloway. I knew I should have took Charles. I don't know why I did not take Charles. But yeah, second pick, guys. I'm on Adrian Yanez. He's my first underdog of the day, and I think he wins by decision. Just outboxes him, keeps the fight in the feet for the most part. I think he wins at least 2 of the rounds. So give me Adrian Yanez. Third fight, guys. Navajo Sterling taking on Bruno Lopez. Navajo Sterling is a minus 675 favorite. Bruno Lopez at plus 460. Over 1.5 is set at a minus 145. Under 1.5 is a plus 110. Guys, I think Navajo Sterling runs away with this one. I think he's all around a better fighter than Bruno Lopez. I think he has a better wrestling. I think he has a better cardio. I think he is a better striker. I honestly do believe he has a better submission game than Bruno Lopez. But to be honest, I think Bruno Lopez is knockout or bust. And from what I've seen, Navajo Sterling striking is just he's way too patient. He's way too technical to get caught by Bruno Lopez. And I think Navajo Sterling runs away with this. I think he pieces him up on the feet, and I do believe he knocks him out. I do believe he knocks him out in that first or second round. I wouldn't play the knockout, but I do believe he gets this knockout done. Navajo Sterling is one of my most confident picks of the day. So I would say my best bet for this one is going to be the minus 675 as a parlay piece. I do like that a lot. I do like the parlay piece with Navajo Sterling because I do think he wins this fight pretty easily, no matter how he does it. If he wants a technical strike with him, go all 3 rounds, he does that. If he wants to knock him on the first round, he does that. If he wants to wrestle him, take him down to the floor, he does that. I all around just think Navajo Sterling's a way, way better fighter. Subscribe, guys, if you guys have not subscribed yet. Sorry, guys. So Navajo Sterling's my best bet for that one. I do believe he wins this fight by knockout. I'm gonna say second round knockout. Navajo Sterling, parlay piece. He's a great parlay piece for this spot. I wish I had the knockout props. I wish I had all this stuff, but I do not. My bookie does not have this out yet. I do not know why. It's why I like coming out here on Fridays and doing this because I have all this stuff. But give me Navajo Sterling. Best bet for the single fight, if you guys want to know, is Navajo Sterling by knockout. But I like him as a parlay piece. Moving on to the next fight, Casey O'Neill taking on Gabriel Fernandez. Casey O'Neill was an underdog. She was going to be my second underdog to taking, guys, but I'm hopping on Casey O'Neill in this spot. Gabriela Fernandez, a lot of people are on her because I do believe she's a better striker, and I do believe she is the better striker as well. But one thing I do think Casey O'Neill's going to be able to do, she's going to be able to get her down to the floor and honestly just use her wrestling for a win at least 2 rounds. I think this fight for sure goes to decision. Whoever wins, I don't see either one of them getting finished. I don't see one of them getting knocked out. I don't see one of them getting submitted at all. But I do believe Casey O'Neill's going to be able to take down Fernandez. I liked her better at plus money. She was a plus 110 when I saw her originally. I wasn't gonna come on here and say, "Oh, that's one of my dogs for sure." But we get her at a pick and price, and I still like it. If we can get Casey O'Neill anything under minus 130, I like it honestly. But I got her at plus money earlier in the week. But I think Casey O'Neill wins this fight. I think she takes her down, rinse and repeat. A lot of takedowns. She's been working with a lot of jiu-jitsu and wrestlers out there in her camp. She trains with Gigi Canuto. If you guys do not watch LFA, go check out Gigi Canuto. She will be in the UFC soon. But I do believe Casey O'Neill, overall, the grappling is going to be way too much for Gabriel Fernandez. I'll tell you right now, if this fight's on the feet, Gabriel Fernandez probably wins this fight if it's on the feet. But I just don't believe it's going to be. I just think Gabriel Fernandez, she stands with a very wide stance. I do believe she's going to get pushed up against a fence. She'll get a double leg. She'll get taken down. I see Casey O'Neill at least winning 2 rounds. I think this fight goes to decision. So over 2.5 at a minus 285 is a great parlay piece as well. My best bet for this one is probably to take Casey O'Neill on the money line. I wouldn't chase anything else because just in case she does get a submission or she does get a knockout, it's on the board. But Casey O'Neill by decision is a plus 170. The value spot is Casey O'Neill by decision because I don't think any of these girls get finished. But if they do, then that's why the money line is the safest bet. A safest bet is going to be Casey O'Neill on the money line at the minus 112. But you guys like value, just like I like value. The best bet for this one is probably going to be Casey O'Neill by decision. I just think the takedown is going to be too much. And I think Casey O'Neill wins that fight. She was my second dog of the night, but she is a slight favorite now at almost a pick 'em price, but she is a slight pick 'em, or she's a slight favorite now. So she was the underdog. Now she's not. But Casey O'Neill, I got that girl winning. But I think she wins by decision. Just take down, rinse, and repeat. Next fight, guys. Marcin Tybura taking on Tyrell Fortune. Guys, I've been watching Tyrell Fortune for a while. Since this guy was in Bellator, he's moved around all different regional teams of MMA. I've watched this guy fight for a very long time. And Marcin Tybura, if you guys know already, he's a UFC vet. This guy's fought all the best guys in the UFC. And guys, I'm taking Marcin Tybura. I just believe he's the better fighter than Tyrell Fortune. I think Tyrell Fortune is going to try to use his power to land some hard strikes on Tybura. But one thing about Fortune is not that fast. And he's getting older. He's getting up there in age. So he doesn't have the speed and the athleticism as he used to. He still is a very, very powerful striker. And he does have really good wrestling. But Marcin Tybura is a huge, huge guy with a giant head. And he's going to be able to take some shots. I know Ante Delija knocked him out just recently. And a lot of people have recency bias on it, thinking, oh, and Delija knocked him out, so that means Tyrell Fortune should be able to. That's obviously not true, because if you gave me Tyrell Fortune versus Delija, I'm taking Delija to knock out Tyrell Fortune as well. But I do think Marcin Tybura is a better fighter. I think he has really good wrestling. I think he has good jiu-jitsu. Overall, he is a very, very streaker of a striker, like to where he will keep up with you. He's not going to sit there and just get beat up on the feet. I believe he lands some strikes on Tyrell Fortune as well. I can see Marcin Tybura winning this fight by knockout. I can see this fight getting finished. You get Tybura at a plus 115, Tyrell Fortune at minus 135. Over 1.5 is set at a minus 135. Under 1.5 is a plus 105. My favorite bets, I have two of them for this one, guys. Obviously, I'd like Tybura. I think Tybura wins this fight. I do believe he wins this fight by decision. So I would say the two best bets for this fight is probably going to be Marcin Tybura on the money line, obviously plus 115. You get underdog price on that one. The also second bet I like is that over 1.5, because if Tybura is going to win this fight, it will get over 1.5 rounds. He's not going to finish Tyrell Fortune in the first round and a half. I do not believe so. If he's going to finish Tybura, I mean, if he's going to finish Fortune, he'll finish him in that late second, third round once Tyrell Fortune gasses out, because Tyrell Fortune, if he doesn't get Marcin Tybura out in the first round, he will gas out. So I like Marcin Tybura. I do believe he comes out here and wins this fight by decision. So my two best bets for this one is going to be Tybura on the money line or the over 1.5 rounds in this fight, because I don't see either any of these guys getting finished in that first round. So give me Marcin Tybura. I think he wins by decision. I'm just going to say my best bet for this one is the over 1.5 rounds. Next fight. Chase Hooper taking on Lance Gibson Jr., guys. Chase Hooper's coming off of, I don't know if it was his last fight, Ricky Simone, where he got knocked. Oh, no, I mean, Hernandez, where he got knocked out. He was coming off, I think he is coming off a knockout loss to Hernandez. Lance Gibson Jr. is coming off a really bad loss to Bobby Green, where Bobby Green just pieced him up the whole time, where we took Bobby Green as an underdog and we cashed that play out. But I'm a rock with Chase Hooper in this one, guys. Lance Gibson, he's going to want to get his fight to the floor. And honestly, if you ask me who's a better striker, if you ask me who has more power, obviously it's going to be Lance Gibson Jr., but Chase Hooper's overall the better striker. His striking's getting really, really much better. And if you go look at the Alexander Hernandez fight, he was landing some good strikes. He was on his way to just out striking Hernandez, and then probably going to shoot a takedown in the second round. He was winning the round. Then he gets caught. He gets cracked, and he gets put out, and things happen. That happens all the time. He got put out the last second of the round. You could argue that maybe they should have just let the fight go to the second round, and then because Chase Hooper was looking good, got caught, got dropped, and then he ended up getting finished in that last second of the round. He should have went to the second round. That's where I would. If I was a ref, I'm not stopping that. I'm letting him go to his corner. If he's too wobbled, I'm letting him come back. But I think Chase Hooper is a better overall striker, technical striker wise. Lance Gibson does have the power, and Lance Gibson has some good wrestling. I think Lance Gibson is actually going to try to take down Chase Hooper, and that's not what you want to do, because Chase Hooper is a very, very good grappler. This guy has been I would say like a wonder kid from jiu-jitsu for a long time, and I like Chase Hooper to win this fight. I think he does it by submission. Minus 280 on Chase Hooper's money line, plus 230 on Lance Gibson Jr. Over 1.5 is set at a minus 105. Under 1.5 is set at a minus 125. I like Chase Hooper a lot in this spot, guys, because like I said, Lance Gibson's actually going to try to grapple with him. That's not what you want to do with Chase Hooper. I think Chase Hooper's going to end up locking up a submission and end up putting him away by sub. I do not have the sub prop out, or I would be telling you guys what the sub prop is, but hold on, one more second. But one thing I can say is I like the under 2.5. because I think the other 2.5 starts with a Chase Hooper spot. If one of them is going to get finished, in my opinion, either Chase Hooper is going to get caught, get knocked out, or he's going to end up submitting Lance Gibson Jr. I'm on Chase Hooper. My best bet for this fight, for a single fight, honestly, is going to be Chase Hooper to win by submission. If I had that prop, I would give it to you guys, but I do not have that prop right here. But my best bet for this one is Chase Hooper by submission. I do believe he submits Lance Gibson Jr. I'm going to say second round sub for Chase Hooper. Next fight is going to be Ignacio Bahamundes taking on Tofik Musayev. This one, guys, Ignacio Bahamundes, you can get him at a minus 300. Tofik Musayev, you can get him at a plus 250. Over 2.5 is set at a plus 130. Under 2.5 is a minus 170. Excuse me, guys. I like Bahamundes a lot in this spot, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Musayev is a very powerful striker, and he doesn't have the best grappling. Don't think because you see a EV at the end of their last name, because it's Musayev or one of these EVs or OV guys at the end of the last name, means they can grapple. Musayev, maybe he does. Maybe he has some grappling in his back pocket, but from what I've seen in all the fights I've watched, even on the regional scene, he's a very powerful striker. He's going to try to end up trying to knock your head off. He's going to swing very heavy. He doesn't have the best gas tank to last all 3 rounds. And the one thing about Bahamundes has really good technical striking. If he just keeps very smart and keeps his chin tucked, he won't get caught. And I do believe he's going to be the one that mixing the grappling. I think he's going to take down Musayev. And I do believe he's going to end up, he has a chance of either knocking him out with the ground and pound or getting a sub. Don't rule out the submission for Bahamundes. I like him a lot in this spot. I overall just think he's a way better martial artist. He has better cardio. He has better striking. He has a better grappling. Musayev just has the power to, if he knocks you out, if he catches you on the chin, he probably will knock you out. Best bet for this fight, guys, it's not going to be Bahamundes on the money line. Best bet for this one for a single bet is I would parlay Bahamundes, don't get me wrong, but I would say the best bet overall is the under 2.5, because someone's going to get finished in this fight. If it's Bahamundes knocking him out or submitting him, or Musayev catching Bahamundes with a hard shot, putting Bahamundes away, that's probably what's going to happen as well. So my favorite bet for this one is going to be the under 2.5. I do like it a lot because I do think someone gets finished in that first 2 rounds for sure, in my opinion, for this fight. So give me Ignacio Bahamundes, and I'm going to say he knocks him out via ground and pound. So Bahamundes is my pick for this fight. Next fight, guys. Terrence McKinney taking on Kyle Nelson. You get Terrence McKinney at a minus 180. Kyle Nelson is at a plus 155. Over 1.5 is a plus 200. Under 1.5 is a minus 275. Guys, Terrence McKinney's whole entire career, 28 fights in the UFC. I believe none of them have went over 1.5 rounds. So if you guys want to parlay the under 1.5, that's a good spot. You're telling me what 28 straight fights and you've never went over 1.5 rounds. Obviously, the best bet for this fight is going to be the under 1.5, probably as a parlay piece. Minus 275 for something that's never happened in 28 fights. Great possibility. But I'm taking Terrence McKinney to win this fight. I just think he's going to explode on Kyle Nelson. I think Kyle Nelson has some good power. I do think Kyle Nelson has a chance to win this fight if he gets to that second round. Probably by knockout on Kyle Nelson's side, because McKinney probably will gas out. But I just think Terrence McKinney's going to come out there in that first round, explode like he always does, puts it on Kyle Nelson. And I do believe he wins this fight by knockout. The submission's on the board too. If he gets Kyle Nelson down, he can hop on that back and submit him. But I think Terrence McKinney's just going to stand right there, push him up against the fence, and just swing heavy and just end up knocking out Kyle Nelson. Kyle Nelson, for historically, doesn't have the best chin, and that's where Terrence McKinney does really well when he fights guys that can't really take a shot, and he just explodes on them right away. I can see this fight finishing in the first 2 minutes of the fight with Terrence McKinney going out there and just swinging heavy. Best bet for this one, like I said, under 2.5 is a parlay piece. I like Terrence McKinney on the money line, but best way to attack this fight is probably just Terrence McKinney by knockout, honestly, or Terrence McKinney by finish. That's the best way, because I'm not taking Terrence McKinney by decision. This fight is not going to decision. So I'm going to see if I have that line out. I don't think I have that line. I don't think I have any lines out right now. It's kind of crazy to me. So let me see. Yeah, I don't have that line out. Terrence McKinney round one finish is a plus 120. Terrence McKinney round 2 plus 550. He's gonna finish him in round 1 or round 2. He's not going to decision. It's not going to, if it gets to that third round, just best believe Kyle Nelson's gonna knock him out. So I'm gonna say Terrence McKinney by knockout is the best bet for this one. Or if you guys want to save some spot, Terrence McKinney to win in round 1 plus 120. That's a good spot as well. Under 1.5 is obviously the best bet as a parlay piece, because Terrence McKinney, 28 straight fights, has never went over 1.5 rounds. So give me Terrence McKinney. I think he does it by knockout in that first round. Next fight, Mansour Abdul Malik taking on Yusuri Belguri. This one, guys, I am taking Mansour Abdul Malik. I This fight was a pick 'em. It was -110 earlier in the week. Now a little bit of money has came down on Abdul Malik. He's now at -122. This is a close fight. All week I was going back and forth. Who am I gonna pick? Who am I gonna pick? But honestly, I have to go with Malik because I personally don't think Belgari is that good. I think he has a lot of hype around him because obviously he got the knockout in his last spot, but now this is a step up in competition. Belgari is a kickboxer historically, and he's never had the best takedown defense, and he's never had the best grappling either. He trains in that gym with Alex Pereira, where Alex Pereira is most likely going to be in his corner because Alex is always in his corner during his fights. But I feel like that's the main reason why people put a lot of money on him. People are like, "Oh, Alex Pereira's in his corner, so he obviously has to be a good fighter because Alex Pereira's in his corner." That's not true all times, guys. I think there's a lot of hype around him because of that. Personally, I wouldn't bet this fight. To be honest, I'd probably just stay away from it. But you get Abdul Malik at -122, Belgari at a +102, over 2.5 is set at a +100, under 2.5 is a -130. I like Abdul Malik. I think he does it by knockout because I think Abdul Malik's going to get him down. Belgari stopped a lot of the takedowns from Bekhoff in his last one, and I actually had a bet on Bekhoff, but Belgari stopped those takedowns and he ended up piecing up Bekhoff and winning that fight. I do believe he won by decision, which by piecing him up, land some hard strikes. But Bekhoff is a very strong guy, but Abdul Malik is a freak of nature when it comes to athleticism. This guy explodes and he is very strong. And I do believe he's going to get to that double leg and he's going to take down Belgari. That really tall frame of Belgari is standing at 6'4", maybe 6'5". He's going to take him down. And I do believe he's going to land some heavy ground and pound on Belgari. And I do believe he wins this fight by knockout on the ground for ground and pound. I do like Abdul Malik to win this fight. Like I said, I think he does it by knockout. The best bet for this fight, if I had to pick, it's going to be Abdul Malik on the money line. Just take him on the money line. If you have to bet this fight, best bet is Abdul Malik -122 on the money line. But personally, I'm not going to bet this fight. I'm going to sit back as a fan and watch this one. This fight is such a tricky one, in my opinion. So give me a answer. Abdul Malik, I think he wins the fight by knockout. Next fight, Julian Erosa taking on UFC newcomer Leron Douglas. You get Erosa at a +270. You get Douglas at a -340. Over 1.5 is set at a +125. Under 1.5, excuse me, is set at a -165. Guys, I'm on Leron Douglas. I think Douglas is going to knock out Erosa. Douglas swings very heavy. This guy's losses in the LFA are to guys that are in the UFC now. He's beating guys that are in the UFC now. This guy's striking is legit. He trains over there with Cub Swanson. Those guys that I can't remember what the camp is called. I think it's Bloodline MMA. He trains over there with guys, the LFA champion Richie Miranda, guy that just won a fight, and Danny Silva in the UFC last week. Leron Douglas. He has a great training camp over there over on Bloodline MMA, and I do believe he's going to end up winning this fight by knockout and introducing everybody to himself in the UFC. Go watch this guy's LFA fights. He has very good striking. He has that knockout power like no other. And one thing about Erosa tends to not have a chin historically, but one thing Erosa kind of does is it's kind of weird with Erosa. Either he can take a shot, and sometimes he has a dog fight, and sometimes he just gets put away with one little jab. It's kind of crazy. But historically, he doesn't have the best chin, and Erosa doesn't have the best, I would say, guard when he's guarding shots coming up forward. He keeps his hands up, but the main thing he kind of uses his elusiveness, and he kind of like leans back and dodges up and down and bobs and weaves more than he puts his hands up. And the older he gets, the more that's not going to work. His reflexes are not going to be as good. And this fight, your reflexes are off by 1 second. Douglas is going to catch you on the chin. He's going to knock you out. I got Leron Douglas. I like him a lot in this spot. I would actually parlay him. If you guys want a straight bet for this fight, it's obviously Leron Douglas by knockout. I think he puts out the lights for Julian Erosa. So give me Leron Douglas. I think he does it by knockout. Next fight, guys. Michael Chiesa against Why Are You Still Here, Nico Price. You get Chiesa at a -850 in his retirement fight, going against Nico Price at a +550. Over 1.5 is set at a -155. Under 1.5 is set at a +120. Guys, I'm partly Chiesa. Nico Price shouldn't be fighting anymore. Nico Price should probably be out of the UFC at this point. He can't take a punch anymore. He doesn't have the athleticism anymore. His reflexes are off. He swings very wild. He doesn't even land hard shots anymore. Guys, Chiesa's never got a knockout in his UFC career. And if it's going to come where he gets one knockout, it's going to be against Nico Price. But personally, I'm not choosing a knockout. I think Chiesa takes him down easily, ends up submitting Nico Price, takes his back and rear naked choke. I don't have much to say about this besides Chiesa will win his retirement fight. He's going to put away Nico Price with ease. He's going to submit him because Nico Price is only fighting because he has 8 kids to feed. He's going to try to make some money. So give me Michael Chiesa to retire as the winner by submission, and Nico Price runs off in the sunset. He should not be in the UFC anymore. So give me Michael Chiesa. I think he does it by submission. Best bet, either take him by sub or just parlay Chiesa because I'm very, very, very confident. 10 out of 10 confidence with Michael Chiesa this week. Parlay him with somebody. Now, guys, going into the co-main event, Alexa Grasso taking on Macy Barber. This fight, guys, I went back and forth on all week. All week I went back and forth on it. Alexa Grasso has shown that she can fight with the best. She has good striking. She has good grappling. Her cardio tends to be there as well. Macy Barber, a young phenom, where she has some very hard strikes. She likes to get in the clinch, landing some nasty elbows. Her wrestling is getting better and better, and her takedown defense is getting better and better as well. There's a lot of girls who would just take down Macy Barber, and Barber wouldn't be able to get back up, and she ended up getting beat on the floor. But now Barber is starting to learn a lot more. She's getting better with her young age. The over 2.5 is a minus 525. Guys, minus 525 isn't that bad. This fight's going to go to decision. So maybe parlay the fight to go to decision. This might be the best spot for that one. But if I had to make a pick, guys, I had to make a pick. I wouldn't bet this fight. I wouldn't pick a side on the money line. I wouldn't bet at all. I think this fight's too close. So I'm taking Macy Barber. I think Macy Barber is on the up and up right now. She's getting better. She's overall the younger fighter. I'm talking about as in like she gets better every single fight. What we've seen Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso is at that point where she's already peaked and now she's on her way down. And I had to pick the girl that is rising up in stock in Macy Barber. She's a minus 180. I wouldn't touch minus 180 at all on Macy Barber. I'm not gonna lie. If you guys had to play this one, just play a straight money line on somebody. There's value on Alexa Grasso, so anybody that's on Alexa Grasso, I am not mad at you because I can see it happening too. Plus 155 Alexa Grasso, honestly that's a decent sized bet. But my best bet for this fight overall, guys, is gonna be it's going to be fight to go to decision because I think whoever wins this fight, it's going to go to decision. So let's see that. Fight to go to decision is a minus 360. I'd parlay the fight to go to decision, honestly. That's my best bet for this one. I think this fight goes all 3 rounds. Whoever wins it is going to win and by the scorecards. If it goes to if Alexa tries to take her down or just outbox her from the outside, it's possible. Macy Barber can land the harder shots, it's possible. This fight has split decision written all over it. So my best bet for this fight is a fight to go to decision, minus 350. You can parlay that. I like that one a lot. So give me this fight to go to decision. And I had to pick a side. I take Macy Barber, and I think Macy Barber wins it by decision. Now, guys, the main event, the fight you guys have all been waiting for, Israel Adesanya taking on Joseph Pyfer. That's his full name, Joseph Pyfer. This one, guys, you get Israel Adesanya minus 155. You get Joe Pyfer at a plus 133. Over 4.5 is set at a plus 105. Under 4.5 is set at a minus 135. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. If this fight goes over 4.5 rounds, that obviously means Izzy's won because Joe Pyfer is not winning this fight by decision. If this fight gets a decision, that just means Israel Adesanya was able to not get taken down. He was not able to get hit with any hard shots and get put away, and he just technical strikes and outpointed Joe Pyfer the whole time. So this hits the over. That's just an Israel Adesanya bet. I'll tell you guys right now. But if you do believe Joe Pyfer wins the fight, you can take him to win the fight inside the distance. What is that? If you think Joe Pyfer wins this fight, inside the distance is the only play you put on Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer to win in the distance is a plus 145. Honestly, that's not crazy. That's not that good a line at all. You just take him on the money line at plus 133. But my official pick for this fight, guys, I'm taking Israel Adesanya. I think he's going to get back to his winning ways. Guys, you go watch the Imavov fight. Imavov, he was doing great against Imavov. He won that first round pretty easily against Imavov. Then he was winning the second round. Boom, gets caught and gets put, and then he ends up getting put away. You go watch the Dricus Duplessis fight. He's beating Dricus Duplessis. I had a bet on Dricus, and I actually broke that down perfect. I said that Izzy was going to win the fight all the way up until he got caught. And then Dricus was going to take advantage of it. And I was right about that one. I did take him against Imavov, though, because I thought he'd outstrike Imavov. He just got caught. It's just what happens. People get caught sometimes. But I think Israel Adesanya is going to beat Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer, I don't think any of those heavy strikes are going to end up landing on Izzy. I don't think he's going to be able to take down Izzy. I think Izzy's takedown defense is one of the most immaculate takedown defenses in the UFC. And this guy is very smart fighter. I think he's going to pick Joe Pyfer apart from the outside. He could knock out Joe Pyfer if you get to that fourth or fifth round. But I think Joe Pyfer is going to try to be too smart, and he's going to be too like I would say patient against for this fight against Izzy. And I do believe that's going to lead to be Izzy to be able to outpoint him, land some strikes, move from the outside, land some leg kicks, and end up just winning this fight on the scorecards. The knockout prop on round 4 or 5 is on the board, score on the board as well. If you like round props, let's see that real quick. Israel Adesanya by TKO in the 4th round plus 2,000. In the 5th round plus 2,200. Guys, the round 4 knockout is honestly a great spot for Izzy. At plus 2,000, you literally get him at a knockout for round 4 plus 2,000. That's kind of crazy. But my official pick is going to be Israel Adesanya. I think he wins by decision. I honestly think he's going to outpoint Joe Pyfer and end up winning that fight. Probably, I would say Joe Pyfer maybe wins 1 round, but after that, I just see Israel Adesanya being overall the better mixed martial artist. I think Joe Pyfer has some decent ground game, but overall, I don't think he's going to be able to take down Izzy, and I don't think any of his shots are going to be able to land on Izzy. I just think Israel Adesanya is going to outstrike him and outpoint him the whole entire time. So give me Israel Adesanya. The best bet for this one is going to be Izzy on the money line. You get him at a minus 155. I like that a lot because I want to take the decision straight up. If you guys want value, plus 170, Izzy by decision is a value spot, but I just take him on the money line because he can knock down Joe Pyfer. That 4th or 5th round, when Pyfer starts to slow down, I do believe he can end up knocking out Pyfer, but overall, I think Izzy just wins this fight. Give me Israel Adesanya minus 155. I think he wins this fight. Sub callback, you're showing up kind of late. I'm literally about to get out of here right now. I just went over all the fights and all my best bets. If you guys are here for the first time, make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys have any questions, put it in the chat right before I get out of here. But I'll go over the whole entire thing of how I went over all my picks one more time before I get out of here, guys. I got Alexia Thanera. I think she wins by decision. I got Adrian Yanez as my first underdog, and I think he wins the fight by decision. I think it knockouts on the board, but I got Adrian Yanez as my first underdog. I got Navajo Sterling. I think Navajo Sterling wins this fight by knockout. I got Casey O'Neill. I actually took her at an underdog price at a plus 110. I got Casey O'Neill as an underdog earlier in the week, and now she's actually a slight favorite. But I got Casey O'Neill in that spot, and I think she wins by decision. Second underdog I'm taking, guys, is going to be Marcin Tybura. I think Tybura beats Tyrell Fortune. I just think Tyrell Fortune is going to try to explode, land a heavy strike, and if he doesn't, Tybura is going to win this fight on the scorecard. So I got Tybura as my second underdog. I also like the over 1.5 in that one. Next fight, I got Chase Hooper. I think Lance Gibson's actually going to try to wrestle Chase Hooper, and I think Chase Hooper overall is a better technical striker, and Lance Gibson has a power advantage, but overall, I think Chase Hooper is going to be able to submit him. I think something is going to happen on the floor. Chase Hooper will end up on top, and Chase Hooper will end up submitting Lance Gibson Jr. So give me Chase Hooper in that one. Next fight, I got Ignacio Bahamundes. Musayev has the power advantage, but besides the power, Bahamundes is better than him everywhere. Their submission is on the board for Bahamundes, but I think he knocks out Musayev. So give me Bahamundes. I think he does it by knockout. Next fight, guys, Terrence McKinney is my official pick against Kyle Nelson. I think McKinney knocks out Kyle Nelson. I don't think Kyle Nelson is going to be able to withstand the explosion from McKinney coming in that first round. I like the under 1.5. Let me say this one more time. Terrence McKinney fights has never went under 1.5 in 28 of his fights. I'm telling you guys, under 1.5 is a good parlay piece. But I got McKinney. I think he does it by first round knockout. Next fight, Mansour Abdul Malik taking on Yusuri Bulgari. This one, like I said, I would just sit back and watch this one as a fan. I'm not betting this one. I would not touch this one, but I'm taking Mansour Abdul Malik. I do believe he's going to be able to get to the takedowns. Just a freak of nature of athleticism. He has very good wrestling. Wrestled at, I can't remember the college. Maybe it was the University of Ohio. It's one of those colleges. Very good wrestler overall. I do believe he's going to get Bulgari down, end up getting some ground and pound and finishing this by ground and pound knockout. So Mansour Abdul Malik's my pick for that one. Next one. I like Leron Douglas to knock out Julian Erosa. I like him a lot in this spot. Julian Erosa doesn't have the best chin, and I think Douglas is legit with the striking. I think Douglas is going to knock out Julian Erosa, so give me Douglas by knockout. Next one, don't even got to talk about that one, but Michael Chiesa is going to beat Nico Price. Parlay Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa has never got a knockout in his UFC career, and it might come against Nico Price, but I do believe he's going to take down Nico Price. He's going to get him submit him. He's going to take him down, and he is going to win this fight by submission. I'm just going to say rare naked choke, Michael Chiesa. Next fight, like I said, Macy Barber taking on Alexa Grasso. I'm not betting this one at all. I'd say sit back and watch this one as well. I would say the best bet for this one is a fight to go to decision because I don't see any of these girls getting finished. But I'm on Macy Barber. I have to trust Macy Barber to get this one done. I just believe she's going to land the harder strikes. I do believe every round is going to be close, but the harder strikes are going to be for Macy Barber. And I do believe she wins this fight by decision. Not betting this one. Not betting that one at all. Not confident in that one at all. But I'm taking Macy Barber in a co-main event. And like I said, guys, main event, I'm taking Israel Adesanya, and I think Israel Adesanya wins by decision, just outpoints Pyfer, moves around the ring, lands some hard strikes, stops the takedowns coming from Pyfer, and I do believe the knockout in those late rounds are on the board for Israel Adesanya. And all right, guys, that's our full entire breakdown for you guys. If you guys are here for the first time, make sure you guys subscribe. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. If you guys haven't liked this video yet, like this video. I appreciate all you guys for rocking with me. And you guys have any questions right before I get out of here, like I always do, guys, I'll give you guys one official play that I am on. If we're going into this one, going into the card, we're up 26 units for UFC just alone in the new year. So go become a member at the Patreon page. Become a member there. Get access to all of my official plays. So, guys, let me tell you guys right now, one of my official plays is going to be. All right, guys. One of my official plays at a minus 137 is going to be Leron Douglas in a parlay with Ignacio Bahamundes. I think Ignacio wins that fight by knockout, and I think Leron Douglas wins the fight by knockout. I just believe they both end up winning that fight probably in the first 2 rounds. So that's one of my official plays that I'm going to be on for myself. Probably going to be a 2-unit, maybe a 1-unit play. My 3-unit play, I already have the 3-unit play locked down. So go become a member of the Patreon and get access to my 3-unit plays that we've been smacking them all UFC. So, guys, Leon Douglas, parlay to Bahamundes is one of my official picks. I'm going to give you guys for free. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Till next time, let's stay winning, boys.